Great blessing to your family. Hope you're doing well. And this afternoon, I skipped breakfast by accident again. I got to get a late lunch for the evening. But I want to talk to you. Hadn't been here in this capacity in a minute. And I'm not even certain if I can read something for you. I'm going to be reading something in just a moment. If I'm able to do that, Luke the 5th chapter. I may not be able. Let me know if you're here. I want to give you a shout out as well. I know it's late in the day. Many are probably driving. Don't be up here if you're driving and all that type of stuff. Watch the replay. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to read from Luke chapter 5 while I'm doing this, so I'll just share with you. Where my swimmers at? Where my deep water people at? Anybody here love the water? For me, that's a yes. But I gotta be honest with you. I've always had a fear as a young person growing up, and I haven't shaken it, to be quite honest with you, concerning the water. Used to go to the pool quite a bit in the hood, and I learned how to swim kind of young. Pretty average on the swimming side, nothing to brag about, no trophies or anything like that, but underwater, on top of the water, all that type of stuff, no problem. But I just didn't feel comfortable going in too deep. Is that you? How many of you might feel that way as well? That deep water kind of scares you. It's just something about it, being under too much water. It was, for me, it was just made me nervous, kind of put me in a place where I just wasn't sure of myself, wasn't sure of the skill set, if I could make it to the other side, if I was in that 12 feet. So I stayed no further than the 6. Wouldn't go any further than the 6. If I got out there, in fact, I had to get on my tiptoes. Y'all know I'm 5'7", so I couldn't go further than that. Right, that's overhead. Hold on close to the wall and get back. Not that I couldn't swim, but it's just, that fear. I don't know if you're feeling what I'm saying. Sometimes we have a fear that we've not shaken, and we've not even been honest with ourselves to say that it's there, to say that it's real. We get to quoting the scriptures. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Yeah, we know all of that, but we still not being honest. He might didn't give it to us, but we sure got it. Can you be real with me? Many of us are walking around, grown men and women as we are, with childhood fears, things that we've never overcome. In fact, I remember several occasions, even going out on cruise ships, going out on excursions, even going out there with the fellas where they had me out in the middle of the ocean, doing some things I thought I would never do. Minister Carol, I see you there, darling. When I got off in that water in the deep, we jumped off that ship into the ocean, y'all. I'm not even talking about a pool, but you just believe I was out of my comfort zone altogether. But you know what I discovered is there when I got out of my comfort zone and jumped into that ocean. My God, it was so turquoise. It was so beautiful. I was able to see fish and other organisms that I would have never seen had I not jumped with the rest of the fellas. They's like, Keys, come on, we got to do this, man. And I did it. And I'm telling you, I was nervous, I was scared, but every now and again, you got to overcome your fear, and you got to launch out into the deep. Janika Hollis, it's good to see you, darling. Thank you for chiming in. I want to encourage you. I got a quick message for you. I'm not going to be here long at all. Got to get something to eat real quick. But we're launching out into the deep. In the book of Luke, it tells us in a narrative, Jesus is with Peter, one of his main fellas, and Pete has a boat. And Pete's a professional, y'all. He's been doing this thing called fishing for a long time. He's been making a living from it. Jesus is not a fisherman. He's a fisher of men. And he tells Pete to launch out into the deep. And sometimes we say, well, we did that already, because that's what Pete was basically saying. Lord, I've already done all that. We done been out here all day, kind of tired. It's time to get something to eat. I'm ready to go home. And some of us are just like that. We're in Pete's situation. We're ready to go home. We're ready to wrap that thing up. We're ready to turn in the towel, if you will, throw in the towel. We're ready to call it quits. We really think that we've done all that could be done. There's nothing else to do. We'll just come back maybe and do it again another day. But no, the Lord told Peter, launch out into the deep. And Pete got to this point where he just said, Lord, just because you say so. Nevertheless, because you said, and we got to get to a place, y'all, where God has given us a word. God has given us instructions. God is ordering our steps. And I know we got excuses. God knows I've had some in my life and still fighting through. Stacy, it's good to see you, darling. Hope you're still celebrating your birthday as Queen should. And we've had these excuses, and we've rationalized, and we've held on to those things for dear life. And the Lord is saying, launch out into the deep. In other words, go deeper, y'all. It's time to really step up. It's time to really step out. In fact, it's time to launch out, y'all, and go deeper than we've ever gone before. And I know it can be frightening. I know it can invoke some fear from some places and spaces that you thought you were already over. But the truth is, you're still there. But until you obey the word of God, until you're ready to jump in. Yes, Stacy, the time is now. Minister Carol says, I can't swim, but if God say jump in, come on, talk back to me. This is what we need, y'all. And you need to be around some folk who will not allow you to remain in the safety of your comfort zone. You need to be around some people that will challenge you and will stir up the greatness in you. You need to be around some people that are going to make you uncomfortable for a moment, but they're going to bring you to a place that you would have never otherwise arrived had you not been with that group. Sometimes it's time to change your circle before you can change your circumstance. I hope you got that. Tonight, I'm launching out, y'all. In fact, I'm not launching, I'm relaunching. We're just going to do it again. I'm just going to follow what the Lord gave me, and I hope that you'll join us tonight, 7 p.m. Central. I have some folk that are literally water walkers. They've been on this water and they have done some amazing things. And for some, it'll be more applicable to their, not just their business, but some for the ministry, for some just life in general. Just join us and see how you can glean some principles for some folk that have walked out into some very deep places, never to return again. That's the life I want to live. That's how I want to roll. Won't you join me tonight at 7 p.m. Central, and we're going to see you on the water. Yes, we're going to break those barriers. Yes, we're going to destroy procrastination. We're going to punch procrastination in the face, y'all. And we're going to get done what God says that we're fully capable of. Mr. Trevor, it's good to see you. So tonight, meet me with the fellow, oh my God, ambassadors, Coach Deborah Taylor, Coach Daryl Roberts. These ambassadors, I'm telling you, you do not want to miss the nuggets they're going to drop tonight in behalf of Team Joshua Generation as we are relaunching this thing, taking this thing where God has already called us to do. He has not called us to remain on the shore. He has not called us to remain just playing on the side of the beach with our feet in the sand. No, my friends. It's time to go out into the deep, and that calls for a relaunch. I'll see you there tonight at 7 p.m. Central. Next level. Yes, changing your circle can change your circumstances. Absolutely right. Love you guys. We'll see you tonight.